Hello students. So now we will be moving on to our next exercise, that is exercise 1.3, based on the things that we have done in our previous lecture. So first we need to understand the first question is what? Make correct statements by filling the symbols subset of or not subset of in the blank spaces. Now see, basically what I would expect from each and every one of you to have your NCRT along with you. If you are having it in your phone, have that phone along with you right now, and otherwise you have your NCRT book with you, because this is not possible to write down each and every question on the blackboard and then solve, because otherwise the length of the video will become very large, and simultaneously it will become too much monotonous or hectic for you people to see to that video. So we are trying to make short and crisp videos, so for that reason I would expect each and every one of you to have your NCRT along with you. So right now here what we are having, that this is belongs to and does not belongs to. So these are the two signs that we are having, and you need to put them accordingly. Now in the first case you are being given 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 as a set, then dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is basically what? 2, 3, 4. It is a set. Now how can you say this is a set? This is being comprised inside a braces. So this is a set. This is another set. The elements of the sets are basically what? 2, 3 and 4. So these are the elements of the set. You need to check, does these elements, each and every one of these elements are there in the next set also. 2 is there in the next set? Yes, it is there. 3 is there in the next set? Yes, it is there. 4 is there in the next set? Yes, it is there. So that means what? All the elements of this set are lying inside this set. And apart from that, some extra elements are also there in this set. So basically this is what? This is a superset, and this is what? This is a subset. So I'll put the sign like this, and this is a subset of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I clear? Similarly, in the next part, you are having ABC and BCD. You are having ABC and you are having BCD. So you keep on checking. A is there in the next set? No, it is not there. B is there? Yes, it is there. C is there? Yes, it is there. Now this D is an extra, but this A element is missing in this set. So that means it is not a subset. Am I clear? So this is how you will be solving each and every one of these questions. The next questions are given in set builder form. So you will convert the set builder form into roster form first of all. After converting them to roster form, then you will check whether it's a subset or does not, or is not a subset of that. Am I clear? Now one of the examples I can take over here is number fifth question, that there is an arbitrary element x such that x is a triangle in a plane. X is a triangle in a plane, and along with that they are giving x is a rectangle in a plane. There is another set x defined by an arbitrary element x, where x is a rectangle in a plane. Now you need to check. Now a triangle in a plane and a rectangle in a plane. The triangle is what? A three-sided polygon. Rectangle is what? A four-sided polygon. Now can you say that all triangles will lie inside the rectangle? Is it specifically possible that all the triangles that are, say this is my Cartesian plane. You can understand what is plane. You have studied in your previous class. Plane means surface. So say this whiteboard is my surface. Now in this surface, I am drawing a rectangle. I am drawing a rectangle in this surface. Say the rectangle is like this. Say the rectangle is like this. Okay. Now is it necessary that if I draw a triangle in the same plane, in this whiteboard only, if I draw a triangle, that triangle triangle will be a part of this rectangle. Is it necessary? Is it mandatory that the triangle has to be a part inside this rectangle only? Can't I draw the triangle over here? Say the triangle is here. So that means what? This triangle is independent of this rectangle. That means the triangle is not lying inside the region of the rectangle. So this shows what? This shows that the triangle is not a subset of the rectangle. Had it been a subset, then in that case the triangle would have been lying inside the rectangle. But as I am telling you, there is no such criteria mentioned over here that the triangle has to be inside the rectangle only. Now one case you can take, say the surface is rectangular and that whole surface is taken as what? This rectangle. Am I clear? Now this is what, now here you can say the what sort of plane it is, this is not mentioned. Right now we are taking a plane which is rectangular in shape. Fine. But that's not always necessary or mandatory that the plane has always to be a rectangle. It can be in the form of a circle, it can be in the form of a square, it can be some irregular shape. Any kind of shape it may have. So based on that, you cannot say that the rectangle would be occupying the whole plane in total. That means not a single part will be left behind. So we cannot predict like that. So based on that, you can say this is not a subset. See, always remember what? In case of the higher mathematics, you just need to understand one thing, that do not try to take up examples wherein the condition is satisfied. Always remember that you need to put some negative contradiction to the question. Whenever any particular statement is given, a particular mathematical statement is given, we always try to prove that statement wrong. This is the first thing that should come into our mind, that I need to take up instances, examples wherein the whole statement, the whole scenario is going to be wrong. If I am able to do so, then that means what? I have proven the theory wrong, because one single instance, one single example, wrong example rather, will make the whole theory go wrong. So that means you will not try to find out the cases in which the condition is satisfied. If someone is doing it, he is a fool, because we are not talking about the conditions in which the cases are satisfied. Rather, we will try to find out those cases in which the condition is not satisfied. So try to find out those examples. One single example you need to give. Maybe out of those million examples in which the condition is satisfied, one example is there which is proving the statement wrong. That one example I need to take. That will make the theory go wrong. You always need to understand one thing, that you need to make the theory wrong. This should be going in the back of your mind. Always remember this thing. So based on this, you can solve the questions, rest of the questions of your question number 1. Still, if you find out difficulty in solving these questions, you can ask me. Moving on to the question number 2, examine which of the following statements are true or false. Here, the sign of subsets and not subsets are given, so you can check them out and you can easily do them. One of the examples here I am taking question number 2, and one example I am taking fourth part and fifth part. Fourth and fifth part. Now here it is given a set comprised of element A is a subset of another set comprised of elements A, B and C, and you are having another set A in question number 5, which is what they are saying belongs to the set A, B and C. Now here you need to understand one thing, that which of the sign is correct. Is this correct or this correct? First of all, you try to see that this is the same thing, this is also the same thing. So here on the left side we are given a set. Now how can you say we are given a set? Because the thing is being contained inside these curly braces. Fine. So these braces are containing the thing. So that means this is a set, this is also a set. This is a set comprising of a single term, known as singleton set. Just remember one thing, set comprising singleton is called singleton set. So this is a singleton set. So this set is having A and this set is having ABC. So this set's element that is single A, is that element contained in the next set? Yes, it is there. So that means this set becomes a subset of this one. So this means this statement is true. Okay, fine. Now they are saying, is this set belonging to this set? Now belongs means what? The elements belongs to the set. I told you earlier also, if suppose for example a Gupta family is there. Now in that Gupta family, father Gupta is there, mother Gupta is there, son Gupta is there, daughter Gupta is there. Okay, I'm not taking up the names, I'm just naming the relationships. So if these four persons are there, so the father Gupta belongs to the Gupta family. The mother Gupta, she also belongs to that Gupta family. The son Gupta, he also belongs to the family, and the daughter also belongs to the family. So the elements, they belong to the family. Family means what? The set over here. The Gupta is a set. Guptas is a set. That's a family. That family is comprised of members. So these are members. So the members belong to the set. Am I clear or not? This is clear? Now, this particular thing. So now this is not a member. This is what they are talking about, the whole family, the whole set. The whole set cannot be a element of another set until and unless this is a power set. Until and unless this is a power set. So that means what? This particular set cannot belong to this thing. Because had it been belonging to this set, so I would have written it in this form. That this set is comprised of set A as an element. This whole set A comes as an element. So had it been like this, I would have said okay, this statement is correct. But this is not given in this form, since they are just simply giving us A only. So that means this statement is wrong. Am I clear? So this is how you will try to solve these questions. Then question number 3 is also there. So in question number 3, you just need to what? You just need to say which statement is true and which statement is false. Now here I would expect each and every one of you to solve these questions. Similarly, just like this question number 1 and question number 2. Clear? Now the next thing is write down all the subsets of the following set. This we have done in our previous lecture, previous video, how to write down the subsets. So means the elements are given over here. The first one is comprised of a single element, second one 2 elements, third one 3 elements, fourth one 5. So based on this you need to find out the number of subsets. So try to solve these questions and